Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we're at the Goodwill the outlet store. This is a store that's about 45 minutes from where I live, so it's a bit of a drive, but I haven't been down here in I'm thinking at least 6 months, if not more. So we're going to try to see what we can find at this store. This is usually where we do pretty good on the electronics and hard goods, and normally find some pretty good clothes at this store too. My daughter's not with me, but today my son's with me, Nick, right here. And we are going to dig hard in the electronics and hard goods, and hopefully we'll get some good stuff there. But we'll try to get some video inside and let you know what we're finding, and then we'll wrap it all up at the end and tally everything up. So let's get in there and get after it. Here's the pile we got working out so far. I don't have to go through everything. Did find this Lululemon backpack, but it's got some pretty good wear on the handle. I don't know, I'm debating on that one still. The rest I'm gonna have to just kind of go through. Got this little satchel, pretty cool. My sister's got a buggy over here too. She's over here with us today digging around, so I'll try to get this mess organized a little bit better and take another shot. All right, so we just got out of there. We got a big bag of clothes here and some breakable things, some electronics, some bags, and some other random stuff. It was tough today. Didn't get it as much as we normally do, but hopefully between everything we'll still do okay. It was $72 today for me, so not too bad for all this stuff. Anyway, we'll tally it up when we get back home. Hey everyone, we're back from the bins today. Had a pretty tough day all in all, trying to dig and find stuff. We spent a lot of manpower trying to get what we got, and it's a lot of random stuff as usual, but we'll go over quickly what we did find. And I did pay $73, I believe it was, and it came out to being $1.63 per item because we had 44 sellable items. And obviously some things will need to be tested. The clothes will have to be looked at, and if there's any holes and things like that, that could discount that out. But for at this moment, 44 sellable items, $1.63 is what we paid per item on the average down. So if we look at it, here's what we've got. We'll start off, we got a couple bags. Got this Game Boy
Advance
bag. It's got the little strap and everything, just a carry case for Game Boy like that. And those seem to be, they have a little bit of value.
10, 15 bucks maybe.
Something like that.
Not bad.
And let me see, get you in the picture better. And then found this Lululemon backpack, and it's all in all, it's in pretty good shape. The handle does have some wear on the front of the handle here, so I'll have to obviously photo that and show that. But the rest of the bag just needs a bit of a wipe down, and I think it's in pretty good shape. And these look to have some pretty good value to them. So I'm really hopeful that we can get, between, let's just hope for $30 to $50 somewhere in there on that one. And then got this little satchel or computer carry bag, shoulder bag with the logo, the Razer logo, yeah, right? Razer. And so it's kind of a gamer laptop bag. And I didn't look this up or anything, but I have a feeling it'll be worth a little bit, maybe 15, 20 bucks. We got several, at least 3 hats today. This first one is Viking Tactics. And I don't know much about this, but when I was looking it up, I did see that there was at least one sold for around $15. And it was hard for me to really understand what this is. I'm gonna have to look at that and figure out what this company or logo is, but thought I'd take a chance just because it was from the bins. And then this Rolex hat, which is pretty cool. We know Nick found this, and I've never seen a Rolex hat. So with that Rolex watch, logo, I guess is what it looks like to me.
Rolex, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's branded and everything, so that could be worth something there. And then the 2022 Stanley Cup Champions Colorado Avalanche hat. And actually this one's it is brand new, like it has the tag in there and everything. It's a really nice hat. I've sold the same hat, I think for around $14 or $15, something like that. So that's the hats. Another little bag, a little fanny pack bag. This is just an Adidas bag and little fanny waist bag. I don't know, maybe $10, $15 on that. A little North Face ear band thing, and not much value there, but just grab that. And then for the clothes, start off with, found this Polo Ralph Lauren. There's a logo there, and it's the older, and it's like a corduroy long sleeve button down shirt, and it doesn't have a pony on it, but it has the pocket with the little logo there. So I thought I'd take a chance with that, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Then we got, these are all kind of random here stacked up, but this is a Carhartt. It's a 3XL, which is great. It's got the long sleeve with the logo on the front, long sleeve shirt. These are always good for workwear, and can get a decent amount of money on those too. Probably $15 to $20 on that. Got this Nike Center Swoosh, little older tag on that, and women's cropped long sleeve sweatshirt. Should be all right on that. Got this Tommy Bahama women's full zip. Really nice. I mean, I was kind of surprised how nice this is. Kind of a heavyweight full zip on that. Another Carhartt, just a work t-shirt, pocket tee. Nothing great there, but these do sell, and probably like $8 on that. Not a lot, but this is a Cleveland Browns, and this is a Nike NFL. If I can get it right here, and there we go. Cleveland Browns. It needs a little bit of cleaning, but I believe the stains that are on there's a little mark. I believe I can get that out, and it's got the patch on the side and stuff like that. So I don't know. Cleveland's not exactly the best team this year. They're not very popular probably, but they obviously have a great fan base. So maybe that'll sell. Next, have this Fox Racing jersey, like a motocross jersey, and it was in good shape. There was some marks on it I saw, like your typical motocross, but I think that's real common. Otherwise, in good shape on that. And the Fox stuff seems to sell really good for me whenever I do find it. So that should be pretty good. And then have this. This is like a maybe quarter to half zip, zero restriction. There's the logo on the sleeve. Zero restriction, like a golf polo or golf pullover. And it does have embroidery with a logo on the front chest. So not ideal, but still could be, $15 pullover. Got this kind of like a vintage logo, Denver Nuggets t-shirt, long sleeve. And this is Mitchell and Ness, which is pretty cool. It's got the patch right there. So I thought that was really neat. If nothing else, my son might want it because he's a Nuggets fan too. And then found this Grimm Brothers. This is I know they have a local brewery here where we live in Colorado, but I don't know if they're anywhere else. But I thought that was a really nice t-shirt. It's got this print all over on the back, and then that logo on the front. Thought I'd give that a try. And then the Miami Dolphins.
The starter.
This is a starter. It looks like a women's, kind of a cropped. I think it's women's. It's kind of short, maybe cropped, with that big logo on the front and then the big hit on the back. So that's pretty cool. That is also, starter branded. So should be okay on that. Then we have these men's Prana pants. There's a logo on the back too, like that. Actually, these are women's. These are women's pants, size 8. But these seem to always sell pretty well for me. The men's do better than the women's for me anyway. but should be pretty good, close to $20 on those. And then these Fabletics sweatpants, they got the logo there and the big pockets and the drawstring, heavyweight. I think they look like they're like a men's large or something, so I'll have to double check that. But I don't know. Fabletics is a brand I don't really know that well, but I have sold quite a few of their things. Yeah, we got this Polo Ralph Lauren with the big pony like that, and it also has the shoulder patch there, arm patch, so pretty nice on that one. Probably close to $20 on that. And then these sweatpants, another pair, and these were the gibberish.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's the logo there. Don't know much about this brand, but Nick was seeing some decent sell comps on it. So they feel like a decent quality. They're heavier weight. They got zip pockets, drawstring. I don't know. We'll see on those. And then got a Patagonia. There's that logo on the inside. Patagonia, really nice hit on the back, like that. Just a short sleeve T-shirt. That's one of the better finds too. These can get around $20, $25 sometimes on those. A little Colorado Rockies hat, and it is the World Series and 07, World Series 07. And that's the only time the Rockies have been to the World Series, so probably the only time they will ever be in the World Series. Not that good of a team right now. What do we have
that
here?
Indian motorcycle.
Oh yeah, this is a nice women's, like a lace top, and it's Indian motorcycles. Nice lace with a nice logo on the front, like that. Really nice. I don't know. I've never sold Indian branded clothes, but I'm sure they're just as good as Harley, if not better. Who knows? Then we have a pair of buckle black jeans. I don't know what size they are, but they must be women's because I don't know. But they're in really nice shape. Yeah, they're probably women's. They're very slim, like a skinny leg. Very nice condition on these. So I'm hoping the model is a decent model that I can move. And if so, probably can get around $25 for those. Then we have Nike, just a long sleeve, nice hit on the front like that. Pretty basic Nike, but nice soft sweatshirt. Then we have Under Armour Marvel, Spider-Man Marvel kind of shirt, t-shirt like that, and it has the Under Armour logo on it. I don't know. Hopefully that'll be, 10 bucks or whatever. And then this is what Grand Canyon University,
Yeah.
Grand Canyon University, I believe, and it is on a starter tag, champion tag. And so there's that. Pretty nice. Pretty nice little clean hoodie. Who knows? We'll have to see what we can get for that. Then we have some random stuff, but Nick found this little guy. This
Five Nights at Freddy's, the games. I don't remember the character, but it's like a little plush. One of the characters looked pretty good. It was like, saw them anywhere from like 30, 60. I saw one sell for like $80, so it seems like it's kind of just all over. But I think it should be a decent one at least.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Looked at the sold comps we saw. We'll have to look at the particulars on it, but it looked like it was a pretty good seller on this little guy. So that'd be awesome if we got that. That might pay for 3/4 of the whole lot right there. Then a bunch of random little things. I got another dog collar, and I don't know what this is. I'm gonna have to look into it and see if I can figure it out. It may be nothing. It may be worth nothing. I really don't know, but the last dog collar I got, like this, I sold for like $30 down there, but it did have a brand name, and I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. So again, maybe worth nothing, I don't know. Got this little Hello Kitty little sunglass case. Nice little thing, Hello Kitty stuff seems to be good from what I found. So a nice little hard shell case. This little Sony radio, I don't know what this is exactly. I'm gonna have to research that one, but it looks, older, and usually Sony radios like this are usually pretty valuable. So let's hope that that's the case with this one. I don't know if I'll be able to test it or anything like that, but hopefully I can sell it as is. And then we found several little power supplies, and we usually pick up Sony stuff for that same reason. This is a Sony power supply, and I think it's for probably like a video camera with that type of end on it. But a lot of times people just, they misplace them, or they just really need this type of power supply. And it does have the auto on here too, the auto, or the 12 volt. So I guess that's what powers it, is the 12 volt here. So I don't know, maybe for like a DVD mobile player. I'm not really sure. And this was a Nintendo.
Game Boy charger, Game Boy Advance, I think, charger.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance little charger.
I was hoping that it was in the bag, the console, but I did not find it. So
yeah,
it would have been a much better.
Yeah, with the console
sell, but.
So these, we usually sell the name branded power supplies all the time. And here's another Sony 3-volt power supply. Again, I have to look that up, but sometimes these little power supplies, we don't really overlook them, because they can be, a $10, $15 power supply that's just sitting there in these Goodwill bins. And then here's another power supply, it's an Apple one, and we're gonna again have to look up this particular model. I don't know, I'm not sure what it goes to.
I'll have to see some tape.
There's some electrical tape on that too. I just noticed. I don't know if that's a splice on there. may not be. I can't tell. We'll have to look closer at that. But if it works, then the Apple power supplies usually sell. No problem. And then a Samsung remote. Didn't find too many other electronics today. We're hoping to find some Blu-ray players, VHS players, even more remotes. This one's kind of a different remote. It does have the slide down. And I didn't look up this particular model, but just because of those features, hopefully it has a little bit of value to it. And then found these vintage tools, and they're old, I can tell. I'm gonna have to research if they're, they look like they're made in the US. Here's a pair of like Dykes cutters right here, and they're real heavy duty. And I can tell they're old. I just don't know what brand or anything yet on them, but a lot of these older tools, I like to find made in US tools, and they usually sell for me, and usually can get a decent amount of money for them. So I just grab them, and then hopefully they'll work out. And then just random stuff, but we found these essential oils, and these are brand new bottles of essential oils. There's 3 of them. And these, essential oils are expensive. So I don't know whether or not we'll keep them, because we use those here anyway, or if I'll try to sell them. I don't know yet, but anyway, just threw them in the bag. And other than some personal things that we kept for ourselves, that was what we have. So 44 items, $1.63 on the math. So pretty good, again, buy costs on everything. So I think it'll work out pretty well overall once we get these things listed and hopefully get them all sold. But that's what we got today. It was a good day today. I don't know what you thought. I mean,
it's pretty good. I wish there was more electronics, but otherwise it was a pretty good day, I think, for some of these things.
Yeah.
I had fun. So
we'll have to try it again here. We'll go to another location next time and try that as well. But it was fun. We met my sister down there today, and she got a whole cart full of stuff herself. So hopefully she did well on her haul today, as like we did. We did pretty good. Compared to some of the other trips, maybe not as good overall. But anyway, well, thanks for sticking with us today. Appreciate it. Any questions or comments, or if you found some of this stuff, I'd like to know about it and help me understand what they're worth. Put those in the comments. I'd definitely appreciate it. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you like this content, and then we'll see you on the next video. Thanks again.